I'm a filmmaker, you're a filmmaker, let's talk about it. This past year, I've noticed a trend on social media and channels that I follow. There have been a couple divisive movies that have come out the past few years, and it seems like each of them has extremes on either end of what the audience thought of them. With a lot of these movies, I just had very average opinions of them. The main ones I'm thinking of are Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Jurassic World, The Force Awakens, and let's throw Rogue One in there. I would say the majority of those movies listed were well liked, as a whole, but there are definitely outliers, people who didn't like them. With all of those, I've realized though that even though they have a general sense of acceptance and people like the movie, there's these extremes of you have to love it or hate it, and there just seems to be this disappearance of the average middle ground where you just thought it was okay. One of the more recent examples of Suicide Squad had a huge divide in its viewers. People either loved it or people either hated it. Personally, I thought it was just a very long, nonsensical music video that was super awkward. Aside from the film itself, the reaction online to this movie really surprised me. There was an actual petition online that people were signing to get Rotten Tomatoes taken down because Suicide Squad got such a poor rating on the tomato meter, even though it definitely deserved that score. The feelings that I had on that movie were shared by a bunch of other moviegoers, but today I want to talk about just the idea, not specifically with that movie, but just the idea that you have to either love or hate a movie online. Let's talk about Batman v Superman for this. I saw Batman v Superman almost a year ago at this point, and after the almost 3-hour runtime, I just thought it was okay. I really liked Ben Affleck's Batman, and Wonder Woman was really awesome, but other than that, it was just fine. But then you've got this crazy extreme divide of people saying it's the best superhero movie they've ever seen, and other people calling it a garbage fire. I thought parts of it were okay, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, but it was just fine. Not just with Batman v Superman, but with all the movies I mentioned earlier, and others, I have an idea and a theory on why people seem to have a need to either love or hate a movie. They can't just think it was okay. I'm just gonna blame social media. On Twitter, with a 140 character limit, there's no space in the tweet to explain the ups and downs of the movie, what you liked, what you didn't like. You can kind of just give your bullet points of it. After I saw Rogue One, I tweeted about it. Oh shit, Rogue One was good. Not perfect, not flawless, but good. Even after walking out of the theater with all the hype of just seeing Rogue One, I enjoyed it, I thought it was a solid movie, but I wasn't ignoring its issues. The problem with the two extremes on social media is that I feel like people almost just put out the craziest opinion on every movie so that they get a bunch of traffic on their profile, a bunch of retweets, all these things. And I think people are kind of just mining people's nostalgia with these big movies coming out. You got the Star Wars movies that are just playing up that people love these movies. Same with Batman v Superman and these superhero movies, things that people already like. And I think people, even if they didn't like the movie, they might not have even seen the movie. They're just tweeting something positive about the movie to get a bunch of retweets and more followers. And I think it's almost a way of just banking on and profiting from people's opinions on movies. And it's really, really weird. If you have just a down the middle opinion saying it was okay, I give it a 6 or 7 out of 10, no one's going to retweet that. No one's going to share that. No one's going to follow you over that tweet. People love the extreme opinions because they warrant conflict and arguments, which people also like. My reasoning behind making this video is that I just want people to realize that you don't have to think that the movie reinvented the wheel or that the director should be executed. Like, you can just think it was fine. And the best part of thinking a movie was just okay is that it warrants conversation. If you think a movie is just okay, or even if you loved or hated a movie, having differing opinions than other people on the internet warrants these conversations of why did you think that? You have to back up the reasons you thought that about the movie. You have to cite the movie because everyone's seen it, and you have to really back up your opinion and explain to people who don't agree with you why you thought this way. And it really just makes you more analytical of film, and I think you can only improve your own filmmaking based on critiquing and analyzing other films. We're allowed to be critical of movies, and we're allowed to disagree. When you stop being critical of movies, even ones you like, that's when they stop improving. There's nothing pushing the advancement of film forward besides the dissection of films that come out. When directors and producers and actors see the things that people are pointing out in their movies, the problems that people are pointing out in their movies, they want to improve on them in their next movie, and they want to make a better movie. So by dissecting these movies that you love, or that you hate, or you thought were just okay, you're really pushing the creators of those movies to think about it and do better next time, and ideally make a better movie. And in that same breath, they're pushing cinema forward. If you stop pointing out flaws, studios are just going to stop caring. If Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad make as much money as they did, and people don't care and they go and see them anyway, the studios are going to just keep making those movies. Having opinions on movies and being able to explain them to others is part of learning from other movies. When you do that, you learn about other movies, you learn how they were made, and you learn what makes a movie tick, what makes a movie good, what makes a movie important to you, and where your inspirations lie. And that can only make you a better filmmaker. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw here, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. This has been a Runaway Brain production, and I'll see you guys next time.